Dear Aboriginal American children, children of North America, the um, the Americans, not African Americans, not Black Americans, not colored Americans, not Christian Black Americans, not Black Christian American, not ratchet hoes, not bitches, not niggas, not thugs. I'm talking to the um, the Aboriginal children of North America. Um, this is somebody who cares, and I am of Aboriginal blood myself. I've been duped, just like a lot of the folks who came long before you were duped. We've had people um, try to throw in, messages as to who we are and what our relationship to this landmass that we stand on, what relationship that is. Uh, Martin Luther King said that the Negro is the Negro 100 years later finds himself in exile in his own land, and Martin Luther King he said that in the "I Have a Dream" speech. When Malcolm X returned back from Haj Malik El Shabazz, but for the sake of conversation, when Malcolm X came back from Mecca after he made his pilgrimage, so I guess apparently somebody had hipped him to what was going on over here. And when he came back, he told people that we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. We are the Americans, not the Black Americans, not none of that. The Americans who were here, your great, 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 great grandparents were on these shores long before 1492. This information was kept away from us by a small group of people, and we know them as State of, which is a private entity. State of. That's why they don't ever show up in court. They always got somebody to represent them when you go to court. They got somebody to represent them, and State of, wherever you live at, never shows up. It's because it's them against the fiction. The fiction is Black and African American. The generations before you were duped, the generation which would be us before you were duped, the generations before us were duped, the generations before that were duped, and they were duped, and they were duped. But then there was a time we didn't even speak English. English is a new tongue. By the time our folks woke up as to what was going on, we was already wrapped up in a bunch of contracts. And it's a huge part of it is, how we self-identify. But on behalf of us, like it came about the 50s and 60s and 70s and stuff like that, and even the early 80s, I want to apologize to a huge amount of y'all because we didn't have it together. And even during the positive vibes of hip hop, cats were still talking about being Black and how important it is to be Black and shit like that. And we didn't even connect the two, that the word Black itself has no standing in law. And as far as African American is concerned, no one is born in two places at one time. And these are the two things that we mentally keep getting caught up in, and they keep showing like slave movies and slave TV shows. That's to get you to keep thinking. They want you to be everything else except for the Aboriginal American that you are. You can be homosexual, you can be lesbian, you can be a thug, you can be a bitch, you can be a ratchet hoe, you can be whatever the fuck they want you, whatever you can conceive. They want you to continue to think in that frame of mind. Just don't be the Aboriginal American that the immigrants is folks called Indian at one time. And this shit ain't no black and white thing. Black and white people don't exist. The people that we call white, they are the children of the immigrants who were brought over here to your homeland, indigenous American, to the Americas. We've been duped. But I'm gonna try to make sure I do these and post them. This is for future generations. We need for y'all to I know the future generations ain't taking no bullshit. You can't. But this is about how we self-identify. And just keep in mind that our existence predates Christianity, and Black and African American didn't come until after 1492. What would we call before 1492? Americans of the Americas. We, in particular, the ones that's here on this land mass that we were told that the white man got us from Africa. Our folks is already here, but they played the commerce game with us, and we didn't get the memo until the internet came about and start putting the pieces of the puzzle together. So don't let nobody tell you who you're not, who you are, and who you're not. You know, if they take you outside of you being the Aboriginal American that was here before 1492, then there's some bullshit they're trying to get you tied to. Just keep that in mind. I try to make sure I do these recordings often. So that's it for now, though. Peace.